Hello, I Dr. Pankaj Kumar Goswami welcome you all machine learning using Python in this tutorial. In the previous tutorial we have talked about the uses of function in Python, how the functions are useful and really making your programming skill or the programming contents more powerful. In this tutorial we are going to discuss about more attributes of the function with the help of some examples. Really, this is gonna be very fruitful for you all. So it's important to understand how and what are the extended versions of the function that can strengthen your programming skills. So here I'm using again a common platform. Those are the new and watching this video first time. Here I'm using a Google Colab platform. This Python language can easily be executed on number of IDEs like the Jupyter, Spyder, and itself a Python's own open source platform. But here I am using a Google Colab for the sake of convenience because it is available on Google and anywhere, anytime. No need to have your own system and something like that. You can start it anywhere. So that's why we are just preferring to work on that. Later on the same series, we can work upon the Jupyter as well as on Spyder. So if you are working on Jupyter as well as on Spyder, that all works. So please carry on. So those are working with us first time. So let's we initiate with our own program on which we are working. So anybody wants this program, we are available here. So all the informations are available in this file, which is the first_proc.ipynb. If anybody is interested to receive this file, just mention in the comment box. I'll share with you. Most important, we are working all this with the contents and we have worked on. So today we are having to target to understand about more functions and what about the other things related with the function that can easily facilitate us to extract more data analysis. Let's begin with that. So let's begin very first with the arguments. What are basically the arguments? Information can be passed into function as an argument. It's an important part. So the information can be passed into function as an arguments. Moreover, arguments are specified after the function name. Generally we have a function and then we apply these arguments. I'm just specifying this. I have already just taken an example in the previous tutorial, so you may also watch the previous one. So arguments can easily be incorporated within the parenthesis. This can be added as many arguments as you want. So many arguments can be added. Let's take one example to understand what exactly the utility and what exactly the sense of the arguments. Let's begin with it. Let's begin with the very simple example. Suppose that I'm having to use a particular variable number of times in a certain kind of a functional operation. So when this variable is repeatedly required in association with a common thing. So when example is taken, whenever you need a variable recall number of times, then exactly there is a requirement of argument. Let's start with this. I'm just defining a function and any name can be given. Let's say I'm just giving a name my function, and under this now I'm just going to define my argument. What is the argument? Argument, let's say it's a name. I have defined it. Use the semicolon, use the colon. Then after, whatever you want in that function, it is a multiplication, division, some sort of the operation, some printing, some output, whatever is the inner code part of the function that can be written here. So in my program, I'm simply using this print. I wish to print. What I wish to print? I wish to print my name. I'm concatenating the string. I have already told this that you can do. It's giving the name and then using basically whatever a thing I wish to attach with that. So suppose a name and I wish to attach anything here can be printed. So this example, name is expert in machine learning. See, so I'm not just giving any specific name here. I have defined a function, and under this function I will be just giving the name of this one. So let's begin that, how we can go. So what I have just defined is, it's my function, and now it times come what I wish to give as an argument to this one. So now I'm just assigning this argument a certain variable, and that variable has a certain value. So I'm just giving a character to it. So what character I'm just giving? Suppose I'm giving a Pankaj, and let's see how does it work. So well, beginning with this one. So I have this print name plus expert, and my function is, and I have just assigned this argument a particular character. Let's try it. So well, so Pankaj is expert in ML. Similarly, you may define something else as per your choice. So I'm choosing another line. In the same one, my, and calling my function and in that I'm just giving a value subscriber of ML channel. So well, now this time you people are here. So subscriber of ML channel is expert in ML. So I'm not repeating my program, just only giving subscriber of ML channel is expert in ML. That's what. This is the beauty of the argument. So this is a one example. Number of repeated things you can easily carry on with you. That all will be printed here, that all can be utilized. Now next, working with the number of arguments. Is it only the one thing that can be present only the one argument? No, it's not like that. We can go for number of arguments. So you will have to define accordingly. So now we have a target to understand number of arguments in function. What are they? So suppose that now I'm just defining my function, and under that function I'm just giving two things. First, name, and then the second argument I'm just giving, it means interest. Suppose anything of interest, anything of name, anything of gender, or anything or skill, anything you can give like. So I'm just giving age as a second argument. So I've defined this function, and what exactly I want? I wish to print tab using the same. The first I have a name, so I will use this name, concatenating to a string name of then again I'm concatenating to a string using here age, then again I'm concatenating to a string using is expert in ML. So this is what another type. It means I have used two arguments here, and in a statement I'm using both with the combination of my requirement. Let's see how does it work and how we can recall this function. So let's have a new code line. to recall this function. So I have my function, and I'm just giving the first is what the name. So first I'm just giving as Pankaj, and then after I'm giving age. Oh my goodness, I have to mention my age. So the Pankaj and age of 100. Oh, I'm hiding it all. Pankaj 100 is basically the second one. So let's begin with this. How does it respond? Pankaj of 100 is expert in ML. Similarly, of age, you may create your statement more clear. Sorry. Of age is expert in ML. So that line will be more clear for us. So just run this line first, and then after run this one. So Pankaj of age 100 is expert in ML. This is what the utilization of number of argument. This is not only the one argument that you can use here, one or two, numerous. So see where it is required. If suppose related with the data, when number of the attributes are there, number of the functionalities are there, number of the factors are there which are varying continuously, in that you can define only one function and among them only changing it. It means suppose that in example I have Pankaj name and age. Name, age, and the third may also be a gender. Just take an example, gender. So instead of varying all this one and carrying this Pankaj 100 and gender, I'm just taking as male. So Pankaj of age is expert in ML and is, now again whatever I wish to give here is, and now I'm just giving the third one, gender. So what happens in this case? Executing this one also. Pankaj of age 100 is expert in ML and is male. So exactly, this is what. Now you don't need to change everything. If suppose instead of Pankaj there is someone else can come of age 100 and male. So if suppose you have a large data sets, in large data set you have a number of variables, numerous of variables, maybe 100, maybe 50 variables are there, and you are changing only the one parameter of that variable and rest of the variable remains same. Under this situation, this kind of a call of a function is highly useful. If suppose you have a certain area in which you are just creating a machine in a industry in somewhere where it is depending upon only on one factor, whether it is a male or a female. So the rooms segregation, just taking an example, if a male is being entering, he should go to left to get the room, and the female is entering should go to the right. So just only the male and female. If this variable is being changed, the remaining function, rest of the conditions are same. So this can be a attribute of argument of any function. On the basis of that, the whole function will be recalled. Then after you may go for the second one, what are the ages, whether it belongs to under 10, 10 to 20. So on the basis of that, you can again assign them rooms. These are the rooms really good for you to be seated here. Maybe between 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. So male and female, first segregation. Second segregation may be depending upon basically on their age. Third segregation may also be dependent upon their choices, their hobbies and so many. So you can make a kind of a smart system at your home or somewhere else where a person is entering and your machine is self-telling what exactly the kind of a person and what kind of a room and facility should be given to that, or in a hobby club, anywhere. So this is one of the good example of using arguments. Next most important attribute of the function is arbitrary arguments. So these arbitrary arguments can be presented in a function by using one asterisk sign. This asterisk sign is, this is the argument, this is the asterisk sign, and this asterisk sign is just giving a facility to add number of internal variable within a particular arguments. So how these number of arguments can be added within this? Let's take an example. So again, I'm just defining one function, taking it my function, and under that my function I'm simply just giving only asterisk and name. So now what happens? Asterisk and the names, what I'm just giving, it means this asterisk names giving facility to allow the user add number of names whenever the function is being called. How it is? Let's see. So first of all, what it shows me, I'm just printing name and giving the most expert person in ML using Python is, don't worry, I'm not gonna write my name. So well, again concatenating the two string, and what I have just taken as, names. Now if we are going to define number of names in that, so we have to define at what number. So I'll just mention it should be followed by one square braces. Why I'm just writing it, I'll explain it with the next one. So here you have to define, if suppose you are just giving a choice to the people, so which particular name will be working with this one, because here you have just given a choices, number of choices are here, but what choice is to be printed here, that is required. So suppose that I'm just giving a number 1, it may be running this one, well it shows no error. Now I'm just going to call the function. So while calling the function, next code line I'm just taking for convenience. So calling this functions, my function, and now if I have just given a name, let's take few names. First, it always starts from the 0, so it is at the 0th position, Hulk. Iron Man, Thor, and so many more, and maybe Captain America. So let's see who is basically more expert in Python. Oh, tremendously, the Iron Man is the most smart man. Yeah, he might be in the coding and all these things. So ultimately, so this is showing that we have a choice under the functions, and by putting this 1, 2, 3, 4, you can easily create what should be called for these values. So this is again a very powerful tool, specifically when we have a choices of the things. You don't know how many numbers are going to be defined, whether it is a depending upon the gender based things are there, depending upon the age based things are there, depending upon something else, or in practical sense, in scientific value, if suppose you are just making a smart home system, so whether this smart home system is depending upon the moisture value, temperature value, or some sort of the heat values, number of the persons are there, and noise level is there, different attributes may be there. Under different attributes you can define, it's like using the asterisk sign, on which it will be functional, and whenever it is required you can call accordingly from the suite. So let's, for an example, if suppose I'm just changing it here from 1 to 0, I'm just making it 0, running this one, so the most expert person in ML using Python is Hulk. So definitely the second one might be the Hulk. So whether it is a Hulk or a banner. So actually this is what basically a beauty. So keep working on that. Try 2 more examples on that. Next we have another important attribute, keyword arguments. What exactly the keyword arguments? Let's take an example. It might be somewhat possible you wanted to give some variable values that can be changed into the function, into the program later on. So rather than defining only the name here, you can provide the keywords also. That keyword may contain the different values at a different period of time. Just take an example again. I'm just defining my function is my func, and under that I'm just defining the 3 keyword values. First, name. Second, I'm just giving another one, age. Third, I'm just giving gender. So the 3 values I have just given, and what I wish to print, I wish to print the first name, then concatenating is name of age name of age, then I'm just giving the second one, age is here, and is free from COVID attack even that person is and I'm just giving the third one, gender. Executing this one. Sorry, it's more important always to take care about to use the column. And it also requires one indent. We missed one more thing. It's a long statement. Now I hope so. That might be right. That's worked on. So fine. So I have just created all this one. So next I'm going to call this function in the next code line. So what is that? My function calling this one. So first keyword I have used is what? Name. And that name I'm just giving equal to the value. Peter. And then after I'm just giving the second keyword and assigning the value here (24). Then after I'm just giving the third gender and assigning the value here male. Let's run this one. Peter of age 24 is free from a COVID attack, even that person is male. So this is what. So exactly. So here you can assign the keywords, and under these keywords you can give the values to them. And anytime under the call of a function you can change these values as per your requirement. This is another attributes of the keyword arguments. Let's work to the next, which is arbitrary keyword argument, and in short many times it is called as a quarks. And here we are using double asterisk sign. So again we are going to understand this with the help of one example. So how this basically the double asterisk tells you? Basically wherever the two asterisk is before the parameter name and the function definition, it provides you the function definition, and that can be used. In this way the function will receive a dictionary of arguments and can access item accordingly. How it can be? Let's take an example and the utility of this double asterisk sign. Let's I'm defining my function is the same as my function, and under the my function I'm using double asterisk and the name. So here I'm using the keyword argument, so that is called as a quark. So double asterisk name, it will itself find out. How it can? Let's see. Sorry, I have to take care about this. So now we are going to print. So what exactly? So if suppose we have a last name and the first name, just taking an example, the name is here, we are dividing this name into the two attributes. It's the last name and the first name. So I wanted to print even the last, even the first. So let's say I wanted to print first name. The first name is, the first name is. See, so if suppose I have just taken a name and name is completely a full name, so I wish to print the first name or the last name, so I'm using this one, and what I have just taken as name, and under the name I'm just assigning this value. Either I can assign the 1 or 2 value, or I can assign the keyword values in that. It can itself find out. So I'm just giving this one, and under then I'm just giving a value last name. This is basically the last name I'm using here. Let's see how I can define it. So well, I'm running this one and checking whether it is working properly. Yeah, it's working very nicely. So next we have another call of a function, how it can be called on. So this time I'm just defining my function. It's not a function, I'm sorry, it is funck. It's my function, and I've just taken basically the two things, last name and the first name. So I'm just defining my first underscore name, first name equals to, I'm just taking first name as Pankaj and taking last underscore name as Goswami. So see here, I have just defined here my function is called as the first name Pankaj, last name Goswami. I'm sorry, the first name is the last name. So let's begin it with the last name. Then we'll call the first name. The last name is name and the last name. I'm running this one. I'm sorry, I have to run this first. So well, this has become just reversed, so I have to run this first, and then I am going for running this. So the last name is Goswami. Simply I can call this one also, copying this one and printing. Instead of this, right now I'm writing here first, and instead of writing this one last, I'm just giving the first keyword values, first name, and executing this one. So here it is going to print both the names. So the last name is Goswami and the first name is Pankaj. So itself the function is just doing that, because we have just defined it by the double asterisk name. It means a number of times. The number of keyword arguments is unknown and can be used with the double asterisk. So it means if you don't know, you want to maintain more number of keywords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you can use this one. So double asterisk is used for the number of keywords and asterisk is used for number of arguments. This is like important. So I hope so. So by this video, you all would really be able to understand number of attributes related with the functions, and specifically about the arguments, how these arguments are really useful while you are just writing your own program. So this argument helps you to make your program more strengthened, definitely the shortened, and highly utilized. So keep working on that. Meanwhile, if any one of the program is just you are finding is but bit difficult and you didn't get through this video, please mention in the comment box. Subscribe the channel and mention in the comment box so that I can repeat the same for you with more examples. It is simple, it is easy, just keep learning. Till then, thank you very much. Bye bye, take care, and please subscribe this channel.